Hey guys, how you doing? jpsarrireviews here, and I hope you're having a fantastic start of your week. Now, last week, Iron Studios released new pre-orders, and these are very interesting pre-orders. We have a Willy Wonka statue and also another addition to the Mortal Kombat collection. So in this video today, I want to look at them, want to break them down, the good and the bad, what I like about them, what I don't like about them, and ultimately, I want to let you know if I think you need to add them to your collection or not. So stay tuned in the next couple of minutes, and for that reason we are here at Iron Studios at the website, and I will have the link in the description as usual. And I want to start with Willy Wonka because this is a very interesting piece. Now this is the Willy Wonka Deluxe Art Scale 110 based on the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory film. The price for this is $249.99, so it's $250. I already saw some people complaining about the price. I do have to kind of agree with that. I think the price is fair, not necessarily the best, particularly on this franchise. Even though it's now celebrating the 50th anniversary, I feel that it's a bit too steep for the price. I would say perhaps $230 will be the most that I will price it. But, you know, that's what it is. It's not as small as it seems because, of course, of the base, and you have the Oompa Loompas right next to Willy Wonka. You can choose the payment plan if you order directly from Iron Studios. You have to pay a 10% for the deposit, and you pay, you know, up to what, 13, 11 payments, something like that. The release time for this, according to the website, is December 31st, which is at the end of this year, of course. We're gonna read some of the description before we get into the pictures. We're not gonna read it all. In a world of pure imagination, take a look and you will see. Into your imagination, 50 years ago, the director Mel Stewart brought to life the sweet story imagined by the Welsh writer Roald Dahl in the children's book Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, written in 1964, adapted in theaters in the film Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in 1971, with the iconic actor Gene Wilder in the role of the enigmatic and eccentric Willy Wonka, for which he was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Comedy or Musical. And the film, nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Soundtrack, became a pop culture classic that still captivates new fans. Celebrating the 50th anniversary of this unforgettable production, Iron Studios brings from into their imagination the Willy Wonka statue, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory Art Scale 110, Iron Studios, a fantastic and unprecedented collectible created especially for fans and collectors around the world. Now, to honor this masterpiece, Iron Studios will hide some golden tickets inside the boxes of this piece, distributed worldwide, and will prepare a special surprise for the lucky ones who find these tickets, which is very interesting, very cool. Now, let's read some of the features here. It's a limited edition statue. We know that, although we don't have an edition size. It's made in polished stone. It's hand painted. The product dimensions is 9.8 inches in height, 7 inches in width, and 6.6 inches in length. The product weight is 3.5 pounds, and again, the release time in the US is the fourth quarter of 2021. All right, and now we're looking at the pictures, and I'm telling you, I like the piece. I do like the concept. I like the base, and the Oompa Loompas look super cool here. But I gotta be honest with you. First and foremost, I'm not really a big fan of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I'm not a fan of the book, the children's book. It's just not something that I really care much about. You know, to me, it's always been surprising. And, you know, I've watched the film. Of course, I watched the modern rendition too with Johnny Depp, and I dislike that version even more than the original version. Not that I dislike the film. I think it's a classic by today's standards for a lot of people. A lot of people love that. I just never find it to be like something appealing to me as much as it is. Of course, it's a cult classic. A lot of people love it. Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka has become a meme also. A very, very good meme too. It is amazing to me how much love this movie has over the years. It is not that great in my opinion, but of course opinions are subjective and they're based on personal perception. So I know there are a lot of people out there that love this film, and the fact that there is a collectible now, I think excites a lot of people. And the art here is really, really cool. Love the base. The Oompa Loompas look great. Now, I do have a complaint, I would say, with the face. It looks too slim. It looks close to Gene Wilder's persona, but not as much. I think it needs to be a little bit more rounded. It just feels too slim in my opinion. It is close. Really love the base and all the detail there. the candy, the chocolate. Really cool. Actually, on this angle, the face looks better. That nose is really close to the actor for sure. Love the addition this in the back. Really love the detail on this base. I can tell you one thing, with Iron Studios, they're doing terrific. And on the 1/10 scale, they're becoming the kings. They are the kings right now. Everything they do is really good, and the quality is there. That's the best part of it. It's not only the concept they have, it's just the quality of the product. Now he's holding that chocolate bar. Yeah, I would say from some angles, the face, it is, of course, Gene Wilder for sure. It just feels too slim. Perhaps it's just my perception of the film. You know, everything, the suit looks good. The paint job is good. The top hat is good. The face of the Oompa Loompa looks great too. Yeah, they look great. I love that. Love the design. The mushrooms and all of that. Really cool. Really nice paint job. The chocolate here. Really cool. All of that. That's a nice addition. Nice touch. The greenery, all of that. You know, some people are complaining about the price. I understand. You know, it would be better if it was $200. But at the same time, I think it's perception. When people think about these pieces, they think of something really small. But if you look at the footprint of this base, you realize that there's a lot of detail there. So it's understandable that the price has gone up while everything else is going up. But Iron Studios offers something beyond just the scale and the size of something. Also, it's offering really good quality, and that's something that, you know, other companies wish they can offer. So Iron Studios is doing great on that department. Love the background they use here. Definitely, this is a really nice piece. Interesting. You know, at the same time, I don't know if there's so much demand for something like this. I think there is. Of course, they celebrate the 50th anniversary now, and there's a lot of fans out there. This movie has been on TV so many times all over the world. People seem to like it. It's not my favorite film of my childhood, but definitely it's a film that it has a fandom. And here it gives us an idea of the scale by him holding it. There's a lot of detail here. So yeah, it is a nice piece. I would prefer this to be I would say between $200 and $230, but $20 more, we can live with that. That's not a big deal, in my opinion. All right, and now we're moving on to Raiden, R Scale 1/10 Mortal Kombat. And definitely I'm excited for this one because this collection has a lot of potential. With the previous releases that we have already talked about, Shao Kahn, Goro, and now of course Raiden, I think it's a very good, and I'm anticipating other characters soon. So it's $169.99. I don't think it's a bad price at all. I think it's fair for the scale. Better, of course, than Willy Wonka. But at the same time, the base is not as huge or as detailed as that one. So keep that in mind. You can choose the payment plan. The release time is September 30th of 2021, which is not bad at all. The ancestral god of thunder from Mortal Kombat arrives at Iron Studios with its enigmatic face half hidden by the shadows of a traditional Chinese straw hat. His bright white eyes refer to his supernatural status as an elderly deity. Despite his human appearance, wearing a white ninja kimono with a blue waistcoat, black bands wrapped around his wrist, and a flowing black band around his waist, translucent electric lightning effects come out of his hands. In this way, inspired by the look presented in the Mortal Kombat 2 game, Iron Studios proudly presents the Mortal Kombat God of Thunder in statue rating R Scale 1/10 Mortal Kombat Iron Studios on a rustic altar base from the Kingdom of Outworld with bones and chains at his feet, skulls carved in small columns around him, and the dragon symbol of the ancient tournament on the front. Raiden adds to the already revealed fearsome villains Goro and Shao Kahn in the Mortal Kombat collection from Iron Studios, which promises to bring in the future other legendary figures from the cult series of fighting games created by Ed Boon and John Tobias. Now, the features is limited edition. We know that there's no edition size, which is a bummer, as always. Made in polished stone. It is hand painted. The product dimensions is 9.4 inches in height, 6.6 inches in width, and 5.5 inches in length. And the product weight is 2.2 pounds. This is going to release again on the third quarter of 2021. All right, and now we're looking at the pictures, and I'm telling you, this is a very nice looking Raiden. I really like the design. I really like it. They did it pretty good. It represents, of course, the character from the second game, which in my opinion, it's perhaps the most iconic of all the games, although the first game was very iconic, and I remember that I played in the arcades. I played when it came out. I'm telling you, I think they represented the character so well here. The symbol in the base, and it looks super cool. It is an altar that is broken. There's bones. There's blood all over. There's even blood and marks of blood in his clothing, which is, you know, it is Mortal Kombat after all. I'm kind of torn about the way they had his position. If you're looking at this straight up like this, then you cannot see his eyes at all. So if you put this below you in any display, you're never going to see his white eyes, which it might work in display like that. But if you want to see the eyes, I wish it was a little bit higher. The face not to be as tilted to the front, so that way you could see at least partially the eyes, because here it's hard to see them like this. The clear resin, it's fine. I have no problem with it. It's just to add that effect. Although I wish that in this case it was lighter, or the color was brighter, so it does look more like lightning instead of just something made out of plastic, which is clear resin, of course, but it does have a plastic look. I like the chain here, really cool. Again, you cannot see his eyes, which is a bummer. I would say that what we could have done on this, actually add two different portraits, interchangeable portraits, one looking down like this and one looking straight up with a different expression, perhaps, maybe screaming. That would have been very nice. But yeah, from this angle, it looks like in the game, of course. I see the skulls right here, really cool. The back, really like the kimono they added. Also, there is something that I noticed, is the fact that if you remember in the video game, he is carrying here on his sleeves, he has on his arms, he has the symbols, the Raiden symbols, two yellow symbols on both sides. And for some reason, it's not presented here. I don't know where they took the inspiration from. Perhaps some of the newer games, but this was part of the second one. And if they are inspiring this, or they take an inspiration from the second game, according to the description, that's a big part that is missing. Also, the blue color on the kimono should be a lighter blue. But yeah, I like the hat. Actually, there's a great detail on that hat for sure. But yeah, it's a bummer that you cannot see the eyes for sure. Now, this side looks brighter. I don't know if it's just the lighting than this side of the clear resin. So that needs to be worked on. Really like the detail and the texture on the kimono. Looks great. And now you can see the eyes. Some people, I read some comments, people didn't like the eyes. They were like, whoa, that doesn't look like Raiden. I think they're basing that on the most recent games. This is, in my opinion, very close to the Raiden in this case, on the original game, in the second game. That's where they're basing this from. And I like that. I prefer the classic look. The eyes might look too close to each other. So I might say that might need some work on, or maybe it's just the angle of the picture. Yeah, like he's cross-eyed or something, even though they're white eyes. They're really close to each other. Maybe that needs some separation a little more. But it's fine. You know, they're basing this on that. I don't see that it's not the look. It's just a bummer that you cannot see it only from this angle. So you're going to have to, if you want to see the eyes, you're going to have to display this a bit higher on your shelf. And that's just the way it is. Now we'll have a close look to the base and all the bones, the skulls. Really eerie, but that's the point. And the stains of blood all over. It just stains. Yeah, from this angle you can see the eye. So this angle is better. So yeah, at certain angles it's gonna be fine. But yeah, you're gonna have to have it at this eye level to really display the face to see it better. It's not bad at all. The clear resin, I'm not against it. Hopefully it's removable. That would be nice too. Some people might not like that look. And of course, this is just Photoshop, so it looks like that, which I wish it looked like that. They can have a much better look. And the same here. Instead of just dull blue, I wish it was more turquoise, more, you know, a light blue. I think it would be a much better look. Also, if they can add the symbols on the kimono on the arms, the Raiden symbols, that would be nice. I think that's a big part that is missing. I'm okay with the blue that they chose here. It's a little darker than the original blue, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. This is a very nice picture. I like this one. This is a very nice picture. I saw this one on Facebook and I was like impressed. I like that. This is a nice display right there with Goro. Very cool. Nice. But yeah, I'm telling you, this is a nice piece overall. I like it. I feel that this collection is doing great. some nitpicks here and there, but beyond that, I feel that they did a good job with it. It is good, so I recommend it. I think the price is very, very good. It's manageable, and I hope that the price continues like this. With Willy Wonka, I think it's too pricey for what it is. I know there are fans out there, but I don't know how many fans are out there, and if there's a lot of demand for those products. But if they have it, it's for a reason. I'm sure the company did a study before it went into it and to trying to get into this license. So I'm sure that they have familiarity, although they don't tell you the edition size. I'm sure that they will produce accordingly. So, but what is your opinion? What do you think about these pieces? Do you like Willy Wonka? Do you like Raiden? What do you think about what Iron Studios is doing this year? Are you excited for what is to come? Let me know in the comments below. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. God bless. Take care, and I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.